Tippy time my damies, Top Cat here and welcome back to the channel. Today's build is unique in the sense that we've got two for the price of one. One is about ferociously swift assaults, whilst the other will allow you to stand there and fight. Arc may be the flavour of the season, but our Solar Titan can take full advantage of our exotic gauntlets to make this damn near unkillable. Whilst the Arc Titan will take full advantage of all our seasonal artifact has to offer. I'll have the builds separated in the timeline below, so if Arc is more your flavour, skip ahead. I'll be leaving dim links for both the builds in the description below. Make sure to thumb it if you liked it. With that said, we're going to begin with the Solar Titan. And the one thing both builds will share is the freshly updated Strongholds. This maximizes our guard stats on our swords. You take reduced damage whilst blocking with a sword. I've already been loving this exotic on my Stasis Titan for a long time, but I got a new toy in Season 21 that made me have to go solar. As by rapidly defeating targets after blocking shots with our sword, we will be granted restoration times 2, the good stuff, for a duration determined by the number of shots blocked. Our Solar Titans have always had awesome healing builds, but this is taking it to the extreme, allowing us to tank it all whilst lunging forwards. The Lament is hands down the best sword in the game. It's been an absolute boss slayer ever since Beyond Light, with its guard to rev up its powerful flurry attack, to work symbiotically with the Strongholds. But it's got heaps of toys too, outside of its awesome damage like Tireless Blade. This will grant us sword ammo on every other sword kill. With the restoration changes to the Strongholds, these finally feel like a practical and reliable way to take on barrier champs. And revved consumption is the cherry on this tank healer sundae, as by simply damaging a combatant, this will heal us, allowing us to out-heal the damage we're taking mid-assault thanks to its rapid attack structure. Soul Invictus is still the bomb. It allows us to feel invincible even 20 light under. Our solar ability Final Blows, and by defeating scorched targets create sunspots. Our abilities regenerate faster, and your super drains more slowly while standing in a sunspot. Our sunspots apply Scorch and deal damage to targets inside. And entering a sunspot will also apply Restoration. I'm rocking Emperor Beams. Your solar supers have stronger target acquisition. This works for either super, but I'm running them all. Pair it up with Roaring Flames. By stacking ability kills and ignition kills up to 3, our super gets quite a bit stronger. And the Burning Maul got Scorch added to it in Season 21, so now we can take on the Unstopped champions as well. To get those stacks up, we use Baby Hammer all day. Once you get this up to Roaring Flames times 3, your super will be mighty and you will have easy access to sunspots. I'm using the Healing Grenade, but feel free to swap this out for whatever flavour you're feeling. I've been using it to prime Restoration if your approach to your Sword Assault is a little bit daunting. Plus I always like to save an ally in need. So with the Restoration on tap, we're going to maximise our Bonk Hammer and use Ember Torches. Our powered melee attacks against combatants make you and nearby allies radiant. So every time we throw ourselves into battle, I begin with a Healing Nade and then a Bonk Hammer. Add Ember Solace. This increases Radiant and Restoration effects applied to you for an increased duration. This pushes them both out to 12 seconds, and Ember of Imperium will allow us to chain them. Both our solar weapons, aka Lament kills, and Bonk Hammer kills extend the duration, allowing us to feed these buffs endlessly. Our mods are as follows: Solar Siphon mod for orbs on solar weapon kills, Heavy Ammo Finder, double stacking impact induction, causing damage with our melee attack reduces our grenade cooldown. Heavy Handed, our powered melee kills will create an orb of power. Runner Resist mod based on the activity you're in. I'm double stacking Lucent Blades. This increases the energy recharge rate of our swords. I'll sometimes run a Better Ready for health on orb pickups. 2 Surges is fine for general play, but if you're going to be doing pure DPS, I'll triple stack them. Time Dilation pushes that surge out to 15 seconds a charge, and Reaper for orbs after barricades on weapon kills. Now, none of our seasonal surges help out this build, but this build doesn't care about that. It's so damn strong, I truly feel unkillable with it. I honestly can't think of a stronger Solar Titan build. Others focus on the Sunspot strength, but with the combo of the Lament and the Strongholds, it's like you're zipping around the map in a Sunspot. So our Solar Titan tanks, but our other Titan is more about movement. Like Yondu's dart in Guardians of the Galaxy, we attack, reposition, attack, reposition, attack, reposition. We can take full advantage of the seasonal artifact. We're going to be using cheaper arc mods, cheaper melee mods, electric armor for 20 seconds of amplified, thunderous retort for a bump in super damage, amped up for damage resistance, lightning strikes twice to increase grenade uptime, and shock and awe, our arc final blow summon a burst of jolt. Our Arc Titan will be making the most of the World Line 0. It's seen 3 buffs inside Season 21. Its heavy attacks can now be chained into itself once. Our sword energy cost from each sprinting heavy attack is reduced from 100 to 50. And the World Line has seen an 8.3% damage buff to its heavy attack. And with both Tireless Blade to feed us that ammo back and Assassin's Blade, we can be a speedy assassin all night long. We're using the Ballistic Slam. This is the ultimate movement melee, and actually got a big buff to its damage inside Season 20. But with all the artifact toys we got this season, this melee is now more than humming. It's great for killing waves of enemies, and both getting yourself into and out of danger. Of course, Knockout. This has seen a juicy buff. When critically wounding a target or breaking their shield, this will infuse your melee attacks with a burst of arc energy and increases your melee range and damage for a short time. This has been buffed just in PvE, don't worry. Our overcharged melees got a damage bonus increase. It was 60%, now it's 100%. Whilst it doesn't sound like a lot, it sure does feel like a lot, which is awesome as Knockout goes a long way to our survivability, as by defeating targets with our melee ability, our health will start to regenerate and make us amplified. Thruster over shields. This build is about movement, and this allows us a great tool to reposition for our next assault. And there's no time for shields when we keep pushing forwards. We're going to be using the Touch of Thunder aspect together with the Flashbang grenade. This gives the Flashbang a second flash on bounce. This will blind more adds for easy approaches, and can stun our unstopped champions from afar as we run at them full tilt with our sword in our hands. Spark of Haste. This gives us greatly increased resilience, recovery, and mobility whilst we are sprinting. And this does include the sprint whilst we're in the air. I don't normally use this fragment, but it really does go a long way, allowing us to dip in and out of danger and tank a lot more damage on approach. Spark of Resistance. While surrounded by combatants, you are more resistant to incoming damage. As we're diving neck deep into it, we're going to be taking a little bit of heat, but this will give us that brief reprieve until we begin our spree. Spark of Recharge. Whilst critically wounded, your melee and grenade energy regenerates more quickly. We're prepared to take a licking with this build, but I've found I've often got around 4 melees a minute because of it. Spark of Instinct. Whilst critically wounded, taking damage emits a burst of damaging arc energy that jolts our targets. Combined with the shock and awe in the artifact, we can make some great zaps and cheeky stuns against our overload champs. For mods, I'm double stacking heavy ammo finders, Harmonic Siphon, arc weapon kills make us orbs, heavy handed gives us orbs on melee kills, double stacking melee kickstarter mods, concussive damage to reduce area of effect damage, double stacking loosened blades. This increases the energy recharge rate of our sword, 1 recuperation to replenish health on orb pickup, innovation reduces grenade cooldown on orb pickup, and invigoration reduces melee cooldown on orb pickup. Powerful Attraction. This automatically collects nearby orbs of power when we use our thruster. Outreach reduces our melee cooldown after our thruster, and Reaper gives us an orb on weapon kills post thruster. All this makes for one hell of a fun Titan build, and by making the most of the artifact and seasonal surges, it's got power behind it too. Personally, however, going forwards, I think the Solar Titan is the way to go. Its ability to just soak up all that the game throws at you is impressive. Even whilst under light, it's stupid good and awesome at soloing activities. But both builds will have dim links in the description below for whatever flavour you like. If you did like it, thumb it, sub if you care to, and as always, Tippy tie, my damies, what a tie.
Bottom of everything, he's the most tip-top.